Most people try to improve their English by memorizing words, but they still can't speak clearly. You know why? Because pronunciation isn't about knowing the word. It's about owning it. Hi, friend. Welcome to English Cactus. I'm Anna, and I'm so glad you're here. Before we dive in, make sure to grab your free PDF in the description below. It follows this lesson and helps you study English with ease and clarity. In today's video, I'm going to help you learn how to pronounce English words naturally, like you're having coffee with a friend, not studying for a test. We'll practice together using the shadowing technique. First, just listen to the story. Feel it. Understand it. Then go back, pause, and repeat each sentence out loud, matching my rhythm, tone, and pace. That simple habit? It can totally change the way you speak. This is the kind of learning no school teaches because it feels too human, too real. But here, we believe in learning that feels alive. So get comfortable, grab your coffee, and hit that subscribe button. Oh, and tell me in the comments, where are you from? Let's make this lesson fun, friendly, and full of discovery. Are you ready? Let's begin. It happens to everyone. Even the most organized travelers get lost sometimes. Maybe you turn right when you should have gone left. Or maybe the map on your phone says, recalculating, one too many times. But let me tell you something. Getting lost is not failure. It's an invitation. An invitation to meet someone new, to ask for help, and to learn how people speak in real life. If you ever find yourself in a strange city, don't panic. Just breathe, smile, and say the magic words. Excuse me, can you help me? That's the doorway to discovery. One of my students once got lost looking for the Lakeside Hotel. She had the address on her phone but couldn't find the way. Then she saw a woman sitting by a fountain, sipping coffee. Excuse me, she said. I'm a bit lost. The woman smiled and said, go past the fountain, walk to the coffee shop called Bean and Leaf, then look for bus 22. That's the beauty of learning. You don't just learn English, you learn how to connect. You don't just study English, you start to feel part of the world. The best part? Locals are usually happy to help, especially in friendly places. People don't mind pointing the way. And when they give directions, they use landmarks, not street names. See that tall pink building? Go toward the coffee shop with the green chairs. That's why it's important to learn words like near, across from, and next to. These little words can save your day. And by the way, if someone says, you can't miss it, that means it's easy to find. Don't worry, you're not walking. In circles. You see, directions aren't just about where to go. They're about how we relate, how we listen, how we show trust. When someone helps you, it's more than just a conversation. It's a moment of kindness, and those moments help you learn faster. Why? Because you're not just memorizing, you're living the language. So the next time you travel, don't hide behind a translation app. Speak, make mistakes, laugh. That's how we really learn. Now imagine this. You finally find Bean and Leaf, just like they said. But wait, the place is packed. People everywhere, lines at the counter, no empty seats. You're standing there, coffee in hand, wondering, now what? Well, that's where our next story begins. So there you are, standing in front of Bean and Leaf, hoping for a cozy moment with your coffee. But inside, it's chaos. No seats, loud music, a baby crying somewhere near the back. You sigh, wondering if this city is just too much. Then you hear a calm voice. Couldn't help overhearing. Looking for a quiet spot? A woman nearby, maybe in her 50s, smiles warmly. Try Sunrise Brew. Just down the street. Pink building, flower boxes in the window. You'll love it. You thank her, and once again, English opens a new door. As you walk toward the pink building, something shifts. You're not just following directions now. You're part of the flow. You see the flowers she mentioned, the little sign swinging in the breeze, and suddenly, there it is. Sunrise Brew. Small, peaceful, a soft jazz tune plays inside. You feel proud. You didn't just study English, you used it. You didn't just memorize phrases, you connected. And that, my friend, is how we learn. The barista welcomes you like you're a local. She says, "Nice to see a new face. First time here?" You nod, and she smiles. You made the right choice. This place is a little secret. You order your drink, and just before sitting down, she adds, "You should come back later. We have a raspberry chocolate cake that people flock here for." She winks. You laugh. Flock, what a funny word. It means come in big groups, like birds. And just like that, you've learned something new without even trying. Let's pause for a second here. Notice how the best learning doesn't happen when you're sitting with a grammar book. It happens when you live the words. When you talk to people, when you hear real English in real places, you don't have to say much. Just listen, smile, use the simple words you know, and let the rest come naturally. When you study English like this, it feels less like homework and more like an adventure. And who knows, that cafe barista might have more to say. Maybe she knows the town well. Maybe she loves helping travelers. Maybe, just maybe, she'll recommend the best local places to eat. Because the real magic of a quiet cafe isn't just the coffee. It's the conversations that begin there. The barista places your drink gently on the table and leans in as if sharing a secret. "You're new in town, right?" You smile and nod. "Well, if you want to eat like a local, skip the tourist spots. Go to Golden Lotus for Vietnamese food. It's the real deal." She draws a quick map on a napkin. Walk past the bookstore, look for a big dragon mural, and it's just under the red lanterns. If you're too tired to walk, Bus 5 stops right there. Suddenly, a simple chat turns into a treasure map, and you're the explorer. It's amazing how one friendly voice can change your whole day. You came in looking for peace, and now you're walking out with a plan. That's the beauty of connection. You didn't ask for a guidebook, you asked a person. And people know. Things no app ever will. When you study English, you're not just learning rules, you're unlocking new experiences. You're giving yourself the power to ask, understand, and belong. And sometimes, that leads you to spring rolls and sushi. Now, here's the best part. When you arrive at Golden Lotus, it's just like she said. Warm lights, gentle music, and a smell that makes your stomach dance. The owner greets you with a nod and says, "First time here?" You say yes. He smiles and replies, "You're in for a treat." These little exchanges are gold, simple, natural. You don't need fancy words, just honest ones. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. But wait, what if Vietnamese isn't your thing? Okay. She gave you another option. Sakura Bay, a little sushi spot tucked behind the market. Look for the building with blue doors and cherry blossoms painted on the side, she said. It's quiet, cozy, and the miso soup is a hug in a bowl. Can you feel how language becomes part of life here? These moments are more than grammar. They're stories you'll remember forever. And just like that, one cafe visit leads to 2 dinner choices, 3 new expressions, and a whole lot of confidence. You're not just eating, you're learning. You're not just learning, you're living. And maybe, just maybe, the next time you see someone looking a little lost, you'll be the one saying, "Is everything all right?" Let's slow down and look at the words we've heard so far. When someone asked, "Is everything all right?" it wasn't just small talk, it was care. A soft, polite way to offer help. You can use it too. Try saying it to a tourist in your city, or even in front of a mirror. Then there's, "I'm a bit lost." So useful, so gentle. Not, "I don't know anything," just a bit lost. This kind of phrase keeps the conversation light and friendly. When you study English, learning, How to say something is just as important as what you say. Now, let's talk about some fun expressions. Walking in circles. Have you ever done that? Going around and around, not finding your way? It's a very natural way to describe being lost. Or how about, you can't miss it? It means something is so easy to find, you'll see. It for sure. These are phrases real people say every day. If you only learn textbook English, you'll miss out on the good stuff, the warm, real human side of the language. So learn it like people actually speak. Here's a little grammar gold. Prepositions. I know, not the most exciting word. But near, across from, towards. These are your best friends when asking for directions. The cafe is near the bookstore. Go across from the bus stop. Walk towards the fountain. These little words show you where things are. They make your English clear, helpful, and polite. The best way to learn them? Use them in real sentences. Or better, go outside and say them out loud. And don't skip the magic phrases of everyday speech. Couldn't help overhearing. It's a soft, respectful way to say, "Hey, I heard you talking." Flocks here means lots of people come, like birds gathering. Literally a 2-minute walk means, well, you'll be there in 2 minutes. These expressions are how English speakers make things feel casual and alive. When you learn phrases like these, your English feels less like school and more like life. One more tip, and it's powerful. Use landmarks, not just street names. People remember the bakery with the red door or the bookstore with the dragon mural. It's easier for both the speaker and the listener. And don't forget to shadow. That means repeat the words you hear right after the speaker. It helps your mouth get used to the rhythm. You don't just learn, you feel the language, and once you do that, well, now you're ready for your own adventure. Let me tell you something important. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from trying. Every time you speak a word in English, even if it's not perfect, you're building a stronger version of yourself. And it doesn't matter where you start. What matters is that you start. Learning to say, "I'm a bit lost," might seem small, but it's a huge step in learning how to ask, connect, and be understood. And that's powerful. That's how we grow little by little, word by word. If you're shy, that's okay. You don't need to shout from a stage. Start small. Try practicing English with a friend. Or repeat a phrase when you're alone on a walk. Shadow the sentences from this video. Make them part of your daily routine. This isn't just about learning rules. It's about creating habits. The kind of habits that make English feel natural, even easy. And one day when someone says, "You speak really well," you'll smile and think, "I remember when I was afraid to start." Now, here's your next challenge, and it's a fun one. Share your story. Tell us in the comments. Have you ever gotten lost in a new place? Did someone help you? Or maybe you helped someone else? Sharing your story not only helps you practice English, it inspires others too. You're not alone in this journey. There are thousands of learners just like you, all over the world, who are walking the same path. Be the reason someone else keeps going. So what happens now? You keep learning. You stay curious. You practice slowly and speak boldly. And every time you feel like quitting, remember why you started. You didn't come this far just to stop. Now, your English doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be used. Even if you make mistakes, you're making progress. That's what learning looks like. Messy, honest, and worth it. And finally, don't keep this journey to yourself. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and stay with us here on English Cactus. We'll be right here, helping. You grow with every new video. You're not just studying English, you're becoming a confident communicator. And that, my friend, is something to be proud of. Now let me ask you something. Are you just learning English? Or are you becoming someone who truly speaks it? Because there's a big difference between memorizing and living the language. Every time you repeat a phrase, Every time you ask for directions or order coffee in English, you're building confidence that can open doors, change your travels, and maybe even your future. So don't stop here. Practice what you learned today. Go outside, talk to someone, ask a question in English. Maybe it's a barista, maybe it's a tourist, maybe it's your mirror. The point is, start using what you know. That's how you grow. That's how you become fluent. And if you've ever felt afraid to speak, I want you to remember this. You don't need to be perfect to be understood. You just need to be brave. Leave a comment telling me, what's one real moment where you used English in your life? I want to hear your story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can keep learning, growing, and sharing more lessons like this together.